We've talked a lot in this series of how hard we have to play and how trying to make it messy. We got the game the way that we truly believe we can be successful. Our defensive energy and effort was unwavering tonight, even when they made some plays. Excited again that we got the game in the style of play that we think we can be very successful. Unfortunately, we didn't get to the finish line, but our players have to leave confidence that we can make games against Chicago messy and the type of style that we want and desire to have.
Questions? Can you just speak to the impact that Natisha made tonight in your offense and just on defense as well?
Yeah, the first, really an important first half. As we were playing inside out, they were sending a lot of feet in the paint. They had 4 and 5 people in the paint all night, just really challenging us on the perimeter. And she was the recipient of actions back out to her at times. And she was efficient, made some threes, was really pleased. She didn't score in the second half, I believe, but, she had an overall really good game. And competing against Sloot is not easy. And competing on all the actions that they run for her was really, really solid for us all night long.
Curt, the fourth quarter, I think for about 4 minutes, no one scored. The defense was good on both ends. It felt like you was in a schoolyard and next point wins, and they got that next point. Was that how you felt? Like if you could just get that one basket during that stretch, you might be able to pull the one out?
Yeah, what was it, Doug? 66, 64 forever. Something, you kept looking at the scoreboard. It was still 66, 64, and you just wondered if one team could have an offensive run. It was to the point where if a team could put back-to-back baskets together, it was going to have all sorts of momentum. But we had some, in those empty possessions, we had turnovers. I felt like we were rushed at times, and we just couldn't put together that offensive run when we needed it because defensively we were just continuing to get stops.
Curt, just in terms of JJ, 2 parts to it. One, obviously, after 6 shot attempts in the first quarter, they limited her to, I think, 1 or 2 each of the quarters the rest of the way. Do you need her? Do you want her to be forcing the action a little bit more than passing out of double teams when it's, the reigning MVP of the league? And just related to it, you pull it with 3:37 to go, make the decision to go a little smaller with Courtney. Does one lead to the other in terms of that decision?
Yeah, they're trying to limit shots by Jonquel and shots by Bree Jones and really coming with doubles. And it's hard at times to score through that, step through that. I think they're making good plays out of doubles. Then can we repost? The challenge is trying to get them some touches before they're loaded up, because once they get into the half court and they have their style of play defensively and schemes defensively situated, they're just sending so many bodies towards our post game. And so, it's difficult at times. Everybody gets hung up on shot attempts. And it is like, are we taking good shots? Are we taking shots, when we can get the spacing and them spread out? And in stretches, we won that battle. In stretches, they congested us and forced us to play to different things. And then, it's a rock fight. We want to make it a rock fight.
Alexa,
just the other side. Just the other side of it. With 3:37 to go, is that about spacing? What taking her out of the game at that moment? Just wondering what you were seeing in that moment where it was 66-64 and basically neither side was getting what they wanted offensively.
Yeah, it's sometimes offense, defense, and it's so much harder at the pro level to do that because unless there's a dead ball, you can't, the offense, defensive substituting at the pro level is difficult. At times, now can we get them spread out and moving with a smaller lineup? What is that going on? I have to make those calls, difficult decisions all the time. They at times don't come with as many doubles to Bree Jones. So at times, do we get the ball inside with spacing that we want at times, because they send so much attention to JJ. So, it's kind of a feel, and there's never, there's always going to be second guesses when you don't win, and and no one says much when you lose. There's second guesses when you win. A lot of times people be like, saying that you pushed the right button. So, searching when we were struggling to score and trying to find some more movement late in that game when we were struggling to score.
Go ahead, Alexa.
Curt, according to our stats people, you guys shot 16 for 41 on shots 5 feet or closer to the rim. That's very unlike the team. Was that, you think, more just mental, into once maybe people start missing, it's a little contagious, or do you also credit Chicago's defense and especially their length that they do bring onto the court?
Yeah, I didn't hear what the percentage that you said,
It
but
was 16 for 41, 39%. 5 feet or closer.
yeah. Well, first, they're incredibly long. Emma's deceivingly or very long. Candace and Stevens are obviously very long. So there's moments when you think we're getting point blank shots, but their length can bother us. So first, it's a credit to their length around the rim. They're not easy to score against. And then, it's just at times you try so hard to get the catch and to get things that we weren't efficient, but we have to be. We have to be more efficient around the rim. But it's a credit. They're long. They're not easy to score against.
Jacqueline.
Curt, the game was definitely physical, and Chicago was held to 37% from the field. Did you feel like the game was messy enough from what you guys were really trying to achieve? And, was there any point in kind of that last half of the quarter, fourth quarter, where you felt like Chicago kind of ended up imposing their style of play on you?
We got them to miss 44 shots, right? And they only scored 30 points in the paint. Again, 12, 14 points below their average in the paint. So we did a really nice job protecting the paint. They're the number one team in the league in points in the paint. And so, yes, I thought we really did a decent job of getting it to our style. Game 2 is their style. Game 1 and 3 was our style. They won tonight in our style of game. But, I'm confident if we can get those games like that we can have success.
Just a quick follow-up, kind of from 3 games of the series now, kind of what is your general takeaway for some of the offensive struggles?
I don't know if there's one thing, again, we're generating actions and movements to shots that we wouldn't dislike. The thing for us is, continuing to get on the offensive glass for us is really important. We missed 43 shots, got 10 back. We crept maybe, we crept a little bit higher with our offensive rebounding percentage, but again, that will be important for us throughout the series.
Okay, we're going to finish up on Zoom first with Rafiq.
This is Rafiq with Under But That Sports Talk. The turnovers continue to be a problem, as you guys turned the ball like 17 times. Thoughts?
Rafiq, it's a little bit loud, but I think you asked about turnovers. Yes, ours crept up there 17 tonight for 17 points. Obviously, we didn't get them in double-figure turnovers. So a stat that was certainly a factor in the game. And again, we need to get shots on goal and really value each and every possession.
Appreciate the insight. Good luck.
Last question, Steven. Go ahead on Zoom.
How you doing, Coach Stephen Gardner from Nuts and Bolts Sports? So you spoke about Natisha Heideman's early scoring and how she didn't necessarily score much in the second half, but she also didn't have any turnovers in this game. And it kind of speaks to like the level of composure that she had with the various schemes that they're giving her. How would you kind of grade how she played today? And do you feel like that's something that she can sustain going into the game 4?
Again, it's a little bit loud, but yeah, Natisha had a really nice game. Grades out real high. Offensively, was a spark for us in the first half. Was efficient with her three-point shooting. She was able to get us into actions that we liked. I thought, gave us momentum in the first half. In the second half, while the shots weren't as easy to come by, she continued to play really, really hard and competed at the defensive end against Sloot and all the actions that she put her in. So, really pleased with the growth of Natisha this season. She's really have played herself into a really, really talented guard. And if she can keep that up, it bodes well that we are still in this series and believe we can win it.